Hunt Companion.
It's like
We're both tired, aren't we?
the freaking brain is rot worn at this point. It's hard to believe it. I mean, if this is airing, it is the last day of November.
Yeah, just like that.
November's gone.
As fast as she came, there she goes.
There she goes. There she goes.
There she goes.
It's weird too, man. Like I told you the other day, I'm like, well, you know, deer gods are shining down on Southeast Ohio. It's going to be like a washout for the first week. Now it's like 5 inches of snow.
Praise the Lord. Oh, it's snow. Interesting.
Yeah. I would assume it's like borderline,
Really?
so it could change. Yeah.
I haven't even checked mine.
I think we're supposed to, I mean, it's early.
Opener's next
Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
It's early, but like here, we're supposed to get 5 to 7 inches of snow.
Whoa.
On Tuesday through Thursday.
And if there's anybody that knows about 5 to 7 inches.
Yeah. Yes.
My uncle.
More 5 than 7, but yes.
Yeah, right. Did you catch my uncle say that the other day? He's like, I was a tool and die maker my whole life. If there's anybody that does that, whatever, however many inches, it's me.
It's me. Don't you? I'm not going to give you a half inch more.
Let's see. 100% of whatever today, like a lot,
rain.
like 3/4, inches of rain. And then Monday for me is, probably a mix. It's 30 degrees for a high. So, I mean, probably snow. And Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yeah, crazy.
Boy.
It was going to be like a complete washout. It still might, but.
Well, Sunday is 37. That's a mix.
Yeah.
For sure. And that's the big one, honestly. So I think it's just flurry. It's like 0.03 inches of snow for me on Monday.
Oh, wow.
But if some of that drags over like Sunday night into Monday, then yeah, there's probably be some snow on the ground for Monday morning, I would think.
Yeah, so be wild to see. I think I still pulled the plug on our opening day down there, so we'll
for Ohio. That's where what the plan was. But weather-wise,
yeah, weather-wise. I mean, just like if it's rain snow mix, like that's just miserable.
Yeah.
So we're just not going to go. And I mean, we went, I had Madison down there yesterday and we flew the property, and frankly, there's more deer than I thought, but that area got hit with EHD for sure. We'll probably dive in at a later date on kind of the full spectrum, but it was really weird to see like the amount of deer inside my property lines versus like outside the property lines. And like, I have no rhyme or reason for it besides like, we did a timber cut, but so did everybody else. I mean, I have food plots, but like they're trash.
Not everybody else, right? Like there's only one other timber cut
yeah, but it's
to compare to.
It's big though.
Because that can make a big difference.
Theirs is 350 acres of timber cut next to me, and mine's 230. So I mean, similar, cut the same year.
And were they similar before? Like,
yep, big hardwoods.
Oh, then yeah, I mean that's pretty apples to apples.
Yep. Yeah, and then there's some big hardwoods around, which I didn't expect like a ton of deer to just be laying out in the middle of big hardwoods. And then, they did that chipping and stuff all around me, which was...
Oh, okay, that's not the timber harvest
you're
talking about, yeah.
And dude, we found like one deer in like 300 acres or something.
What does that look like right now, the chipping?
Just weeds. Like
how tall? Like
2 to 3 feet.
Okay.
They're starting to lay down. Because it was all annuals. You get those first frosts and rains and stuff, and they just start to lay down.
Yeah, you'd think like years, I don't know, 3 through 7 of that, it should get pretty gnarly if those hardwoods will regenerate in any way.
Yeah, and I mean, it is thick. Like, if you look at my woods, like, they're gnarly. The hard part is like, we were talking. The other thing was, like, I didn't see a freaking corn pile, which is crazy.
And how confident was he that you would see them? Like,
he's like, it'll, especially with it being sunny, like it would glow.
Stand out to you.
Yeah, it would really reflect that light, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, we didn't see, and I haven't had corn on that property since mid-October. So like, I did put whatever 1,500 or 1,700 pounds out yesterday.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Yeah. So
there you go. Just on the ground? Just
4 places. Yeah, I filled 1 feeder and then everything else was on the ground.
Have you? Well, I guess you don't have those feeders out yet. I'm curious how quickly they're going through it. We refilled ours, I want to say end of October, right?
Yeah.
So, and previously it had been August, end of August. So it got through the whole month of September and October.
Yeah.
But then I'm sure it's picking up a little. It's picking up a little bit. I would think. The colder it gets. In the last day or two, even in Illinois, we saw them flocking to
food,
corn and stuff. So
yeah, and I think that'll push them over the next week.
Stay in the corn, I should say.
I think I'm pretty confident that I'm gonna move those feeders to Kentucky. I'm not gonna put them in Ohio.
Yeah.
Just makes based sense on kind of what I'm seeing from just a deer usage standpoint and stuff, and even still, like, I don't know, I might just put them both on my mountain property and like not, because I mean, so dude, I've got I don't know what it is, one of those big boss, but like a 1,200 pounder in Kentucky. It's on a clover plot, far back part of my property, and maybe I see a deer every 2 or 3 days on it. Like they don't. It's just.
How long have you had it there?
3 years.
For 3 years. Wow.
Wow.
Well, dude, I've had some similar. I mean, I can't say for sure that it's those boss buck feeders, but like I've had them out where I never touched it. Like I filled it at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
I only had it out for a few months, but like they never touched it.
I think it's just because there's so much other food. Like I have 17 acres of standing crops.
Well, but I haven't had that experience with these feeders for whatever reason. I don't know why.
That they're using them or not using them.
They are using these ones for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, if I put that same feeder in Ohio, like they'd wipe it out. Like they do. So I don't know. It just seems weird. Like, honestly, if I put that, I have that same feeder on my mountain property, and they hit it 5 times a day.
I've had a pretty nice. It's cool to just see how they kind of, use these things. I've had a pretty nice 3-year-old that I think I recognize from like way early, but like he seems to, like if I had to guess, he seems like he's at the tail end of the rut. You know what I mean? And he's just like found this food source, and he's just been tight.
Just crushing it.
He's been tight on his feeder now for 3-4 days. It's a nice deer.
Yeah, really good deer.
Yeah. It's been.
Yeah, dude, they're putting that feed bag on hard. And honestly, really, I think it's starting Wednesday. So we're filming this on Monday. Or Tuesday, whatever day it is. Tuesday. Tomorrow, like I know as we get west, the temperatures start to fall. Like Thanksgiving, it's like high of 37 or something. And like even then for the foreseeable future, like we were just talking about with the snow coming, like this next 7 to 10 days, like they're going to put the feed bag on hard for sure. So, and that you still got a little bit of trailing rut activities, but it's going to be primarily food stuff again. We're quickly getting to the point where it's like mornings won't be worth a shit. And it's just bed food, evening hunt type stuff.
Well, I think like you see that prolonged rut typically in areas where there's more does, like a higher doe to buck population or whatever. And it does seem like even the bucks, though, they start to they just get worn down. And so they continue to rut as long as there's does in heat, but they just, they're smart enough to know like, hey, the does they have to go to food in the evening. So they'll just kind of like
where they're going.
Pop out and harass for the few hours before, dark. And
well, we were talking about it even with the food side of things. It's like, I need kind of some harsher conditions here, especially in Kentucky, because it's like, otherwise they don't get pushed to the food, and that's what that farm is banking on. It's like, if they don't need the food, they're not there.
Yeah.
If they need the food, they're there. So,
I hope we get that across the board. I think that would benefit in a weird way. It's like, I think all of our deer will benefit from that because we're not going to shoot most of them and we have most of the food. Yep. So if they get pushed on our farm, they should be in good shape.
Yeah. And I mean, so it's Tuesday, Sunday ended. Kentucky's gun season's finally over. 3 weeks of just barraging deer during the rut. So gun season's over in Kentucky. There's a muzzleloader season in a few weeks in December, but beyond that, it's just bow season. And really, this is where I start to see some of the deer that I'm like, where'd he go? Come back, because they stopped putting corn piles out, stopped feeding them after gun season. So like quickly they start returning home here shortly.
Where at? Sorry,
in Kentucky.
Kentucky, yeah. Well, it'd be interesting to know at any given point, as far from the corn pile standpoint, like what's out during gun season before, like nearby to your Kentucky farm too. I think you just saw it in Ohio. I mean, that was the youth season.
A lot. I mean, I talked to my neighbor. He was watching, probably a 3-year-old the other day in his field and ran across the line and got shot. I think he said there were 4 or 5 bucks on this ridge, the ridge is huge. It's 5 miles long or whatever. There were 4 or 5 bucks that he knows of that got shot, which doesn't sound like a lot, but in that county, I think they've only killed 188 deer so far this year.
Right.
So, and I mean, I still have several of those deer. Madison's going to come down. I think we're planning in 2 weeks we're going to fly both Kentucky farms too.
Cool.
And frankly, that'll probably be more intriguing than Ohio in that I have no idea what to expect on either of those farms down there.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, it was a cool experience. Like the conditions weren't great. So that there was some possibility of missing some deer because it was really sunny out.
Yeah.
It got cloudier in the afternoon, and then also just because of how my property is, like I've got a few areas that are pines and cedars and like they're thick. Mm-hmm. So like unless you just turn the drone the right way, like you'll miss the thermal image underneath those, especially with the sun hitting it.
Right.
So, but it was cool to work. Like at first I'm like, is that one? No. Is that one? No. And then eventually you're like, oh, there's one. Mm-hmm. Oh, here comes one up here on this side. Mm-hmm. So it was cool to pick it out. I'm sure he's going to send me the file so I can kind of overlay with the topography and everything to see where these deer were bedded and stuff. And I would say most of them were in places that I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. I think that the two things, because we flew at like noon, I think is what time we started flying. There was a 3-year-old cruising just through this hardwood bottom that I had. And then around 12:30, 12:45, we found one of the 4-year-old 10 points I have on there on a doe. And he was just bumping her like through the hardwoods. And then like 200 yards away was the 7 or 8-year-old 8-point like coming to them.
Isn't that interesting? At like 12:30.
12:30.
In my observation,
it was 58 degrees.
Yeah, in my observation, that midday movement seems to get increased the later in the rut it gets. Yeah, I just think that desperation starts to set. Like maybe like you. I don't know if I would call it desperation actually, but it's like at that point they've just been in it, for a while now, and so they're rutting, and the number of does and heat starts to dwindle, and so they start to, and they're not dumb, they want to start to conserve their resources too. So especially those mature ones will start and wait. They know the does are bedded midday, and they probably at that point also pick up on the fact that there's less hunters in the woods midday.
Yeah, well, and I mean I think Madison was talking about it just from like finding some of these deer. He's seeing some of these bucks, not necessarily the ones that are hit, but just like recognizable other bucks moving like substantially further than anyone expects, and it particularly in these EHD areas. And it probably is because those bucks are having to search harder and further for the next doe and estrus because the populations are low.
I wonder, what their perception is like outside of their known range.
I bet they just go, dude. I bet they go until they find one.
I think so.
Yep. Which is why you get like this kind of eventual spread out. Like if let's say hypothetically my farm wasn't hit that hard, but the rest of the area was, like those deer will filter out eventually and balance out the landscape again. They won't all stay where I'm at as long as there's adequate resources in the other places, whether it's crops they will. Yeah, they'll filter out through the landscape. That's why like it's still going to take a long time for some of these areas. Like ours doesn't seem as bad, but some talking to like Emily from Washington County and Athens County, like those places got smoked. Even Madison put out a video. I forget what he said. He found like 20 some deer and a square mile or something like that. Yeah. There are definitely spots that are going to take 3, 4, 5 years to recover, but in other areas that got hit, I'd say within 2 or 3 years you're recovered, just because existing ones, like places that didn't get hit, they'll spread out from there. They'll kind of reestablish new ranges, and then you're back to good. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting just to see how they use the landscape and how they work that, and I'll have two very similar area, but two very different looks in Kentucky. One being I'm the only guy with ag, and then I've got giant timber and rolling hardwoods all over me. The other one being just pure mountain, like nothing.
On your ag piece there in Kentucky, when are you surveying that?
2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So mid-December.
Yep.
Yeah, I think my estimation for my what I would expect from that is I bet there's just not very many deer in the entire area.
Yeah, I would agree.
Even though, and at that point, it's not like it's not like, unless it's been cold at that point, really cold for a week and a half, which mid-December usually disappoints for that.
Sure.
You know, we get a front or two, but unless that's the case, you know, they're probably still pretty scattered. And I mean, I would venture to say there's, you know, fewer deer than you saw, for sure fewer deer than you saw in Ohio, even though
probably
Ohio got smoked with the HD. And accounting for the fact that your farm had, however, you know, a lot of them, 90% of the deer for whatever reason. I think you're gonna just kind of see what you saw in all the surroundings, just like pocket here, a half mile away, pocket here, 300 yards
agree.
away.
Yeah, and I mean that's you know, that resonates with the county, which is, you know, they killed 188 deer in the whole freaking county this year. Like, they don't kill a bunch of deer. There's not a bunch of deer. I mean, it's that population in that area is a hell of a lot better than when I bought it. I can tell you that just from running cameras over the last 3 years. But yeah, that'll be interesting. I think where I'll be surprised, knock on wood, is the mountain piece. Because like, even I was telling Madison Sunday evening at 4:00, so plenty of daylight left, I had a 5-year-old 10-point, a 5-year-old 8-point, and a 4-year-old 10-point, all daylight in different spots on that property. And I'm like, that's the best farm I got. Like, just the, you know, the way that and I mean, there's other bucks there too, but like, yeah, it's interesting to just see how, like, those deer just seem to survive. Whereas like everywhere else, I mean, some of them make it through, but like they get hunting pressure. It's just, I think that's so hard to hunt there. And I'm so isolated inside of like Daniel Boone National Forest, which is just hundreds of thousands of acres of hardwoods, that like those deer probably die more likely of old age than anything else. Cause I'm just seeing them come back like this 8-point, which Harlan and I are going to hunt for sure. I wouldn't be surprised if that deer's 7 or 8 years old and he looks like trash, but like, you know, he's just eating twigs and acorns. Yeah, essentially
is what he is.
So that's the property that I think I'll try to put those feeders in. The problem is, we've talked about before, like, can't feed from March 1st to July 31st. So like critical feed time, can't feed.
March 1st to July 31st. Yeah.
So it's like, you know, really.
You know what you can do though with those big feeders? It's nice. I guess check with on the laws there, but you can just shut it.
Yeah, I'll shut them off.
Yeah.
But I'll try to feed through February, like December, January, February, try to get them, you know, in good shape. And then, shut them off in March and hope by that point that they've got a decent amount of protein in the system to help.
What is it?
Start the
March
recovery.
Through when?
July 31st.
How stupid. That's like the opposite of what they should be doing.
Yeah. Or just close it, period.
Or close it, I guess. But you know what I mean?
Close it, period. Yeah.
What is the reason for that?
It originally was turkeys.
Well, that's fair. But
point. It was March 1st to May 31st.
Turkeys?
Yeah, from just not getting corn and the whatever the toxins, aflatoxins.
I mean, I guess you're getting in the weeds on it, but like, it's pretty easy distinction to say it has to be off the ground. Like,
well, dude,
it's got to be in a feeder.
That's what those guys are killing me with. Like, so last year in the CWD areas out west, you couldn't feed, period. You know,
out west of Kentucky,
Western Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yep, couldn't feed, period. You know, CWD. This year they're like, you can feed, but it has to be on the ground. It can't be in a feeder.
Right.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Well, like, so from a CWD standpoint, maybe that makes a lick of sense, but from a turkey standpoint, which is what the rest of the state's going off of, it makes no sense. It's worse.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just like, I thought I thought that was their bold move when they made that rule a couple years ago that it was banned from March 1st to July 31st. I thought that was their first step to being like, we're done. No more baiting, which I'm fine with. Go for it. But to stop halfway and then, that's just no rhyme or reason to it. Frustrating.
Well, in the spirit of Hunt Companion here, what does, I guess, you know, we're getting into December here. We got some holiday season coming up here. What's this look like here from a strategy next couple weeks?
I've got probably, you know, besides like a couple of our trips here, I've got the best stretch of hunting that I'll have probably the rest of the year, which is we leave for Kentucky tonight, and I'll hunt. Harlan's up. So Harlan's going to hunt Wednesday morning and evening. I think I'm hunting by myself Thursday morning.
He's gun hunting?
Crossbow.
Okay.
Yep, it's archery season.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to hunt Thursday morning. I'm taking the recurve only.
On the mountain property?
Yep.
Yeah.
Probably. Unless I feel... I mean, dude, that other property just draws me to it because I'm like, it's the only property where I'm like, look at all this food. I don't have any, but I guess besides Illinois, I don't have any other property where I'm like, look at all this food. Like,
right.
And yeah, they're just not there. Mm-hmm. I do have a coyote problem. I had 5 on camera together last night. I don't like that. Mm-hmm. Also a dog problem. That's another point. Yeah. So.
Wonder. That's a lot.
Yeah.
5. I mean, you know.
5 coyotes.
I guess if you're going to get pictures, one, it's not that uncommon to get a picture of a group of them, but like
3 to 4 neighbor dogs as well.
Dude, I got 3 or 4 neighbor dogs. Wow. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something to that.
Might be.
Is that pretty consistent?
Yep.
The dogs?
Mm-hmm.
Are those the ones that you tried to talk to before?
Yes.
Still same. Still in it. Still a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, there'll be a trapping season that hits out there over Christmas probably when we're down there.
Yeah.
For the coyotes.
Of course.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
So I've got, and then we go into Louisville for Thanksgiving. Then Friday, Saturday, because we canceled the opening day for Ohio. Friday, Saturday, we're going to hunt, come home Sunday. So, I mean, I've got several days in Kentucky to get Harlan on one, priority A, get him on one. Hopefully he kills a buck. He'll be satisfied. Carter now thinks he's fucking Ben Rising.
He is. Yeah.
And he's like, is Harlan the only one hunting down there? I was like, no. He's like, great. I was like, I'm hunting as well. And he's like, well, can I hunt? I'm like, yeah, dude, if you want to. And he's like, I do. I was like, okay. Chipping away at dad's hunting time, but yeah, we're good. Yeah. So we'll figure that out, whether I let Harlan hunt.
Carter's 11?
13.
13.
Yeah. Yep. So.
Is he, like, they can't technically hunt. What about in Kentucky? Is that just a PA rule?
No, it's 15 or 16 in Kentucky too.
Right.
He'd shoot me probably.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like turn around, there'd be a bolt in my ass. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right in the femoral.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so we'll see. He says that now will be different when it's 20 degrees out in the morning. Mm-hmm. But that's probably our best stretch. I did get pictures of that 6-year-old on the Kentucky farm yesterday. He looks like dog shit. For sure could kill him on a corn pile, I assume, at some point. Because he's got to be just like, I got to eat a lot. Mm-hmm. In fact, he was on that feeder. I was just saying hardly any deer ever come to. So that one's on the list. I'd love to kill him. I'd love for the kids to kill him, whatever. But we have, I've got 4 or 5 bucks over 5 years old down there. Just it's big properties, and it's great that they're showing up, but it's not easy to hunt just from an access standpoint, even just from like where our stands are at, type of thing.
I mean, I love the recurve mindset at this point in the season, with considering the deer that you have to hunt.
Yeah, it's the last thing on my bucket list for the fall.
I wouldn't take it. If you're going to go back to Illinois, I probably wouldn't take it. But if you didn't make it back to Illinois for whatever reason, and you were able to kill one of those bucks here with a recurve, I think I'm speaking for you, but I think you could be satisfied with the season at that point. You're like, killed an elk and killed a buck with my recurve. That's pretty good.
The two things, elk, check. 100-miler, check. The other two would be the boys, killing bucks. Carter killed one.
Absolutely.
Good. Harlan's up. Would love my dad to kill something. Yeah. We'll work on that. Yeah. Whether that's Kentucky or Ohio, he's still got a chance. Mm-hmm. And then recurve. Those are if that's my 2025 fall checklist, we're working towards. So so I feel pretty calm. I've been shooting the recurve a lot. I feel pretty confident with it. I wouldn't take it. I didn't take it to Kansas. I wouldn't take it to Illinois. Mainly from a shot.
Just from how Illinois is going to set up. You're going to be in a blind. They'll be 30 yards probably.
Yeah, it won't work. Yeah, effective range 20 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do have a good spot. The other thing is I've, as crazy as it seems, just because sometimes you get lazy on your own properties, is I've never hung for any deer on either of those properties in Kentucky. I've just I've got a set here, I've got a set here, I've got a set here. Mm-hmm. So I plan on only using the lone wolf when I hunt them with the recurve, mainly because I got to get up in their grill, which I'm good at actually.
Yep.
So so we'll see. But so that'll be the plan, for the foreseeable week. Then we come back, Pennsylvania gun season's in. We'll see what the weather's like. Harlan still has a tag. I told Emily to go shoot a couple does behind the house because there was like 8 of them in the food plot the other day. They're just mauling that thing over. So yeah, and whether I go out, if I go out with Pennsylvania though for gun season, like I'm still taking my bow, which I don't know. I don't really want to dance that dance on public land with everybody else right now. I'll probably wait till late season. Would be my guess.
Yeah.
So
which is after Christmas, right?
Yep.
Between Christmas and New Year's, that's the season?
Yep. Till the 15th or something, 10th or 15th of January.
That's cool.
Yeah. So I think that's the plan is we've got a really good shot here. The weather looks awesome too. Like 40 degrees, sunny every day, lows in the in the high 20s. Like they're going to be on their feet. They're going to be hungry. Like we've got a really good shot at punching tags down there. Yeah. At least Harlan. I would be very surprised if Harlan doesn't sling a bolt. So beyond that, we'll see.
Cool.
But yeah, that's the plan.
Yep. Yeah, I'm there with you.
Yep.
I think I'm just like, I'm not going to take anything for like over Thanksgiving. Like I'm not going to, I think we'll be there. We leave tomorrow, Wednesday. We'll be there we'll come back Friday, I think. So I will probably move some cameras. I'll probably focus those in more on food, especially where GR8 is at. I think at this point, other than maybe on one of Jed's properties, I think that's the only deer that I would probably shoot is GR8. I wouldn't shoot any of those 4-year-olds. I probably wouldn't shoot Dagger either. Just even though he's 5, like I just think he's having an off year a little bit. So I'm like,
yeah, he got shot last year.
He got shot last year in the shoulder. So he just lost that flyer, which really, and he didn't like blow up in frame. So I'm kind of like, let's just, at this point I've shot 3 of them. So I don't feel like I have to.
Well, who's still hunting? Your dad and Willie, or no, your dad and Brian?
My dad and Brian, whether Brian comes back or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I'll have to check with those guys and see what they still want to try to do here. And it's possible that we could pull in another buck or 2, later in the season. The season goes forever, so.
Yeah, and got the food.
And we've got the food.
And you say you're going to top off those feeders?
Yep, top off the feeders. And I've got, at least, 5-6 acres of standing beans, not including the 10 that I planted. It's just I don't know the exact condition of those right now, whether they've been.
I was going to ask, the condition of your 10? Because remember last year it was like, mid-December and you're like, they're gone.
I would say it's probably worse now than it was at this time last year.
Really? Because of the drought?
But it has been just because of they hammered it when that happened.
That's crazy.
They hammered everything. The only reason that 6 is like, there's something there is because that was like a 80-acre bean field.
It's so wild. Like, if you just look at the properties and like the deer densities, like, dude, you could probably walk through my bean field and been like, did the deer even eat these? Like, there's just so many pods.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what Illinois looks like. I know. Yeah, I know what they look like.
Yeah.
And the answer is no, they haven't. Like,
yeah, they haven't.
They haven't. It's crazy. They just, like, in certain areas, they just have so much food. But
I am going to mow corn. I didn't mention that. I have 4 or 5 acres of standing corn in Kentucky, and I'm going to mow.
Yeah.
I might mow. Before I leave, I might mow all of it just to like pull them in.
Absolutely.
Because it's not like from a hunting strategic standpoint. It might be while we're down there. Like I've got a couple blinds that are close to it that I could like mow for Harlan to get on them. But I think before I leave, I'm just going to be like, mow it all.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I agree. There's no point in having any standing like by the end of the year. And I think they will continue to eat it. Like, I
had a lot.
I've heard you say it gets moldy and stuff like that, but like, dude, I've seen them, in cut cornfields that get cut in October. I've seen them in January. Like, so.
Yeah, no, and I don't think I've seen them leave it on the like stalks. Not like, I don't know if they're just, again, there may just be low deer densities, but when I planted all of that in corn the first year I did it, whatever, 2022 or 23, like you would walk through there in April and there's like corn all over the stalks. I'm like,
I do think on the stock stuff can benefit you if you get a lot of snow. Like if you have a 2-week stretch where there's a lot of snow, some above the snow line, that's what, or they flock to beans at that point probably.
Yeah, which I have a lot of standing beans. So I guess I'm not as worried about that.
I'm fine.
So yeah, I'll probably mow it. But
I think in Illinois too, we'll just mow the rest of those fields at some point. Because we have all those beans.
Exactly. Yeah. We did, I guess, bringing up Illinois, our largest 4-year-old made it through the first gun season.
So far. I like where he's at.
Yep.
He's the best spot he could be.
Moved in, basically took over for your buck.
Yeah.
Seems like Seems like
he's behind the house a lot.
Yeah. He's just like, this is nice.
Yeah. It is nice.
Right here.
It is nice.
Stay right here.
I agree.
Jackie's just feeding him eight apples back there.
Nothing but food there. And yeah. Jackie, you'd be there just having a nice presence.
Yeah. Just keeping an eye on him. So yeah, I mean, that's good. Haven't seen anybody else, like any
I saw that 3-year-old last night.
Oh yeah, the split 2. Yeah, seen him.
Whatever he is, he's just like a standard looking 3-year-old.
Bunch of 2-year-olds.
Split deer you talking about?
The big split G2 deer. He was at Fence Gap.
Oh, well, he was there also.
Yep.
There's that other one that is just kind of like a 125-inch 9-point or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was like a pile of 2-year-olds over at the 80. They're all like in a 1 and 2-year-olds.
A lot of deer there last night. One looked bigger bodied. Looked like at least a 3-year-old.
That one in the background.
Tell what it was. Like a 7 or 8 point or something.
Yeah. So I mean, they're there.
Yeah. Some of those other shooters though, I just think they're
they're probably on a dose still.
I still locked down. Yeah, just doing their thing, like getting less.
They're gonna flock to that. Actually, this big push of cold coming in is gonna push them hard over.
I think some gun pressure will too, probably.
I guess that's it for people listening. Like, what do you think? Like, it depends where they're at. Like, if they're in Ohio and Pennsylvania, they're about to hit gun season. So it's like, to me, and it depends on how your property sets up. I like being in thick and in timber during gun season if I'm hunting it, right? Because I want to be where deer feel safe. I want to be where they're moving through, or just even like per what I saw on the drone stuff, like that deer's just kind of cruising through at 12:30. Well, he's not doing that in an open field. He's doing that in like thick hardwoods that were just cut recently. He feels safe still doing that. So I mean, if you're hunting those kind of states, like that's what I would do. If you're in the Kentuckys, the Illinois, gun season coming up in Illinois again, like this cold weather is going to push deer to food. So if you have food in an evening, that's probably where I would be.
Yeah.
Even if it starts with it, like hopefully you can do a couple sits, but if you have observation opportunities to be like, okay, wow, look at all those deer just pulled out of there, then hang and bang closer to it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's situational. I like so in Ohio, because that's where my tag is left there. I mean, I don't like participating in like the pressure, like them running across the open field just like doesn't intrigue me.
Sure.
So, but it's pressure related. Like if that's all you have, then that's, you got to hunt them where they're at. But for me, if I was going to gun hunt Ohio, I would just hope for good weather that's going to put like cold weather.
Yep.
And I would just hunt evenings on food.
Agree.
Like big standing grain.
Yep.
I could honestly pretty easily, like if a cold snap were to overlap with a gun season at some point, I feel like GR8's got no, like I could easily easily kill him. That just where that bean field is situated, like you could just sit back on the ridge and just pop them.
Yeah, no doubt.
I've seen him do it. I've seen him and other mature. They just come out of that clear cut.
Yeah.
That there's no access. Like,
yeah,
there's no problem. You just get on the top, walk to the top of the ridge.
Yep.
Which allows you to see that whole field there, and then there's still 3 mature there's that big old 7-point that needs an arrow. Who some mysteriously we haven't caught up here somehow. GR8 is back there. Flyer's back there. Dagger will be back there at some point.
That was the big discussion that just, because Madison's flown your property looking for deer, but obviously he's got to see kind of how the deer lay out. And it's like, it's just so funny. Like, because there's 3 or 4 bucks that I have on camera regularly that we didn't find. And like, they're not dead. They just weren't in the 1,000-acre plus that we looked at.
Yeah.
Which is just saying how far they're going.
Yeah.
And we could have missed them. Like, they could have been buried in cedars or something, but more than likely we didn't miss all of them. Versus like, he's like, yeah, when I flew Jared's property, it's like, put it up and it's like, yep, there's one. Like when he was looking, I guess, he looked for Dale's?
Yep. Twice he's been out.
He's like, yeah, I put it up and he's like, I found GR8 and a doe like right there.
Right there by the house.
Right there by the house. You know, he's like, there's nowhere else for them to go. They're there. So it's just really weird to see like the differences of like, you know, we're combing like this just giant area looking for where these deer are going. And it's like, they're there. They just do different things.
Well, and we have a way higher density. So
yeah.
You just, see them more often.
You just see them more often.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's pretty wild just kind of looking at how those areas are and what that's going to look like. But
so that's, I think, where I'm at is I'm just like in a pretty good position as far as tags filled. I've got no more out of state hunts other than I'm in Ohio. And I'm just going to just wait and see. I'll focus some cameras in probably on those food areas, maybe over Thanksgiving. And then I've got 2 whole months to just kind of watch and just, just wait and see if one gets fairly regular, which I'm sure they will at some point. And then whether it's
sooner than later, I bet too.
Yeah. You know, if I don't know if Dad's even excited about GR8 for whatever reason. You know, he likes that dagger buck. And so I don't know, at a certain point, I may just try to pull him up. I mean, if they can focus in on where that food's at, like, I feel like they're pretty safe.
Right.
You know, so I'll just communicate with him on how we want to.
Well, big week in Ohio, you know, as this thing is dropping. Tomorrow's opening day. We got, it's only, 6 days or 7 days of the season, you know, till Sunday. And a lot of deer die during that time period.
Yep, they do.
So it'll be, I mean, weather isn't optimal.
And it just keeps going. Yeah, it's a long, long, slow death, unfortunately.
But that's it. It's surprising that any of them live.
Yeah.
You know, and the ones that do live,
sometimes
you're just
they
like,
don't.
Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, most of the time. Most of the time they don't.
Yeah.
So anyways, it's kind of where we're at. Obviously, if you're listening to this past Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving though. Good luck to the gun hunters that are going out this week in Ohio and Pennsylvania. And for us, we'll keep you all posted, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Hunt Companion.
Take me on down the river where the